Our featured speaker today is Kay Kendall from Kay Kendall Interior Design. Take it away, Kay.
Good morning, everybody. As Andy mentioned, I'm Kay Kendall with Kay Kendall Interior Design, and I have been in this business for over 30 years. In my own business since 2002, and I joined BNI in 2003, so this is my 17th year in BNI. And I'd like to talk to you today about custom window treatments. And next, please. So first, a little history on my interior design experience. I'm a graduate of SIUC, Bachelor of Science in Interior Design Architecture. I did go to Maryville for a couple of years prior to that, and then I moved down to Carbondale. And so I am a Saluki, and I know there's a couple of Salukis in our chapter. Great college back then. I don't know what it is like today, but great college. My experience, I have background in aircraft interiors, commercial, healthcare, hospitality, institutional, marine, and residential. And that's based on a lot of these places that I worked listed below. Scott Air Force Base, did some military bases. That was an intern for 2 years. So that was really a very great source for learning. Then I worked at Les Meyer Interiors, which is no longer there. Lynn Collins, your family will probably remember Les, he's deceased now. But that was a great company. I did commercial and residential there. Avtech at Parks Airport, that was aircraft interiors. That was a great job. Small design, you know, working on interior, but it was very custom. We had to do a lot of millwork, a lot of custom seating. You know, you had to follow the FAA guidelines. So that was a great learning experience. That is no longer there. Now Midcoast owns that building. So Midcoast Aviation is the current Avtech. Directions in Design, also known as DID, that was out in Creve Coeur, Missouri. I worked there for several years. That was a lot of healthcare and casino work. We also did corporate work, residential, and, you know, just a variety of things that came out of that company. Next was Sverdrup, which many of you may remember. They were in the old Pet Milk Building downtown St. Louis. It's now Jacobs Engineering, and they're in the Brown Shoe Building now. Then after that, EWR and Associates. Bill Reichert was a really good friend of mine. He would have me in and doing a lot of freelance work with them, but that is now Farnsworth. So Bill's actually retired as well. Next, please. So I work by appointment only, and I travel to job sites within an hour away. I will go north, south, east, and west within an hour away, both Illinois and Missouri. And I have to, you know, be on the job site to thoroughly check out the areas they are asking to be designed or to bid the specific areas. And I help clients with their budgets, the space planning, floor and furnishing plans, elevations. I've done project management, material finish furniture selections, color consultations. A lot of things are consultations too, and I don't mind doing that. I can lead people where to go. I know a lot of people are on budgets, so I do try to help everybody. Remodeling, renovation consultations, I get a lot of that. People that are getting ready to put their house on the market, I help them, you know, with the curb appeal and staging. I help with lighting selections, and sometimes those are just consultations as well. And custom drapery, blind shades, and shutters, which I'll go into a little more depth for here in a minute. I work with interior millwork people, cabinetry designers, architects, contractors, artisans, craftsmen, and various trades. And I also help people with exterior finish selections, brick, siding, stone, roofing, and paint. A lot of people can't put the combinations together with their roofing, and you know, a lot of the roofing is multicolored, and it throws people off on their colors. So that is always something I help people with. Next, please. So I'm just going to give you a few photos of some of the most popular window treatments that I help people with. And the first is blinds. You can get the 1-inch or the 2-inch, even 1/2 inch. They come in metal, wood, faux wood, The one on the left is a 1-inch blind and the one on the right is a 2-inch blind. And I noticed several members have 2-inch blinds in their offices. That's really very common, and they come in a variety of colors as well. Next, please. This is also something that's becoming more popular. It used to be the 3.5-inch blind. Everybody probably remembers those, the little thin vertical blinds. I really hated recommending those because a lot of the track systems were faulty, and you get called back out to replace the clips and the tracks and things like that. But they're made much better now in the wider version. So what you're looking at now is about a 24-inch wide panel. And these are very easy to move back and forth. The tracks are much better, and they look a little more modern. Next, please. This is roller shades. They come in single and double. They're a screen or a cloth or a vinyl. I've done the screen a lot in car dealerships, and they really help with the sun. You can get them in an opaque, a semi, so that you could see out, or you could get them in a total blackening effect where you don't want any light and you want total privacy. So these are really pretty common for commercial and for more modern interiors. Next, please. These are cordless pleated shades. They used to come with cords, and you remember the wands and everything you had to do to kind of raise and lower things, but this is a cordless pleated shade. They're top down, bottom up, so you can see on the left, you can bring them down, and you can bring them down fully and leave like half of the view up above, or you can raise them up completely and have a full view, or you can close them completely and have total privacy. And you also can put them in like the atrium windows and also skylights, as shown in the right. And come in a variety of textures, colors, and finishes. Next, please. This is really very common now, the plantation shutter, and they come in a patio door. This, of course, is 2 tracks. So you can see there's a track behind that you can slide to one side. And then, of course, the forward side is the one that would be close to your door opening. And they come also in different finishes, colors, and also for windows. And I know Sharon, we've had Sharon's installed in her home recently. I've got to get a picture of that, Sharon. So you're on my list here. Next, please. Okay, and then also besides blind shades and shutters, I do custom draperies. And I get a lot of people that have odd windows, or they just want to update and totally create something modern. This is really a nice effect when you can bring your drapery panel up to the ceiling, because it creates the illusion of a taller window. And, you've kind of gone in homes maybe before where they'll mount it right above the window and they look a little squatty, visually. So when we raise them up, it creates an illusion of a taller window, which looks more custom. And this is a combination of a shade and pinch pleat drapes. Next, please. And again, a lot of times on a patio door, they'll put these. They're easy to maneuver if you don't want blind shades or shutters. They're not as expensive as like the plantation shutter, because you can imagine that is very custom, and it is a little more expensive than doing your fabric treatment. On the right, you have an arched window, which those are a little hard to deal with too, and that is a rod pocket, but it's behind this cornice arched area, so it kind of hides the rod. But that is a way to kind of treat an arched window. And I do get calls for those as well. Next, please. This is something that's very in right now. It's a farmhouse look, and it's great for kids' bedroom or just something you want, a fun room. You've seen the barn doors just going over regular entryways. Well, you do have that you can go over your windows. And this is a slider window. So it'd be a great fit for that window. And that's just something that you see more popular now with the farmhouse look. Next, please. Okay, Lisa Adams. This is Lisa's mother. Jan Spencer moved into a house and she wanted to redo her living room and she wanted window treatments, and we redid her fireplace. She didn't like her fireplace color. So I had a faux finisher come in and do the fireplace, and to the right is the reveal with the custom cornices and drapery panels. And that was a really nice job. I'm actually working on her mother's office now, so that'll be in another presentation, but it was a small area, but we kind of got it to look really much more modern. Next, please. This is Dr. Kathleen Roach's kitchen. She had also moved into a house at this time. I think she was in it a few months, and she needed new window treatments in her kitchen. So on the left is the before, and then on the right is the after. We did custom cornices, and then again the pinch pleat draperies, which she could draw. And she also had a folded like Roman shade on the window at the time, and I guess you still do, Kathleen. But that is another treatment. I get a lot of cornices. People like cornices because they don't go out of style as much as some of the valances that used to go out of style. Next, please. And this was a house I did up in O'Fallon, Illinois. It's a dining room. And again, the valance on the left, the client wanted something a little bit more modern. This came with the house and she just wanted to do something a little different. So on the right side is the reveal of the dining room. So we did new paint and cornices and drapery treatments there. Kent also helped with the wine room in this house, and I'm sure he remembers the Nadlers. So Kent did a great job. I will put that in another presentation too. I did show it once before, but that was a great job Kent helped with. And next, please. So that's just a little information on what I can do as far as blind shades, shutters, and custom draperies. And I really appreciate everyone. Thank you for your referrals. And I work by appointment only, 567-6008. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kay.